What is up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another anime news bit. I'm here to get you guys covered on all the anime that's hit the anime sphere in the last week. This includes a new Lucky Stars property that's coming around the corner, some updates on the Ranking of Kings special, Naoko Yamada and Science Satoru's new film, and so much more. So if you're interested in any of this stuff, stay tuned. Let's start things off with some sort of sad news around Children of Whales. The official Twitter account for Children of Whales has announced that it will be ending its serialization of the manga. And this will come with its chapter released in February of 2023. So if you're a fan of the series, be looking forward to, I guess, the conclusion of the series. Hopefully it's stopping at a good point and not just cutting off. It's definitely a series that when I watched the anime adaptation, I was really tempted to get into the source material. It's just a really fantastic world. Maybe I'll get around to that one. Moving on, Avex has announced that the Dangers in My Heart manga will be getting an anime adaptation. This is set to premiere in April of 2023. A trailer and a visual has been released for the series, and the synopsis is Ichikawa Kyotaro, a boy barely clinging to the bottom rung of his school's social ladder, secretly believes he's the tortured lead in some psychological thriller. He spends his days dreaming up ways to disrupt his classmates' peaceful life and pining after Ana Yamada, a class idol. But Kyotaro's not nearly the troubled teen he pretends to be, and it turns out Ana's a bit odd herself. So yeah, definitely one that looks a little bit interesting. It might fall into the whole teasing girl genre, but it doesn't really seem like it's that the case. It really does feel like this guy is really troubled, and you really have somebody that's just kind of quirky. Not necessarily, at least based on what I'm seeing, it doesn't seem like she's after him to tease him or anything like that. So it might actually turn out to be a really nice little, the oddballs, the odd couple kind of story. So definitely looking forward to that one. Moving on, a new trailer was released to announce the Go-Go Loser Ranger manga is getting an anime adaptation. They released a new visual for it as well, and this one is when the monster army invade Earth 13 years ago, the Divine Dragon Rangers rose up to stop them. With the war raging on, these great heroes are mankind's last hope. Or are they? In truth, the invaders were subjugated within a year, forced to continue to crank out a monster a week for the Rangers to crush in front of their adoring fans. But one monster has had enough. Something has to change. He'll rebel against the might of the Dragon Rangers and destroy them all from the inside. So definitely sounds like an interesting premise. The trailer already looks like a very dark, I don't know, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai kind of thing, but just a very, again, dark element to it. So it'll be a nice little twist to the whole element, and I'm looking forward to it. Moving on, Crunchyroll has warned that some of their current releases from Funimation will be seeing an availability issue. This is due to Funimation SKUs being retired. So if you have a title that technically is currently from the Funimation lineup and it's currently being transitioned, just expect that some of that stuff might not be available for a while. Now, honestly, from somebody that has been in the retail sphere and distribution, I don't know how this is possible, but that's what Crunchyroll says, so we'll have to believe them. I just think they have a shortage of stuff and they don't want to reprint things. Let's just be perfectly honest, Crunchyroll. Don't give some BS about SKUs, please. But I don't know, maybe it's different in Blu-ray releases. Maybe that's more difficult to get SKU refreshes, or again, just to publish more. Moving on, Kodansha's monthly shonen serious magazine has announced that Yazakura Quartet has entered its final arc. So another one that if you're enjoying the series, just be expecting that it's coming around the corner to its conclusion. So interesting stuff. I've yet to actually watch the anime. I've been wanting to for quite a while, but interesting to see that. Next, we have Netflix has announced that second season of Way the House Husband will be premiering on January 1st. So finally, we got a release date for that one. I really, really enjoy this series, even though I really hate that they're just barely making it animated, like not animated at all, just sliding stills. But dang if Kendra Suda can carry that. Dang if Kendra Suda can carry that one. But I'm looking forward to it. Next, we have the official website for Onimai, I'm Your Sister, the series that's being adapted by Studio Bion, of course, the studio behind the Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation adaptation, has released a new promo video announcing a January 5th premiere. Additionally, they released a new visual for it and also revealed the theme song, which is Identite Meltdown. That is definitely a series I am looking forward to. It looks super cute, super funny, and at the same time, I just want to support anything that Studio Bion does right now because, gosh, if Mushoku Tensei is not just the most amazing adaptation. For next bit, we have some updates on Ranking of Kings, the new special episode. The official Twitter account for Ranking of Kings has revealed a new PV that has new footage in it, so definitely check that out if you want to get a sneak peek of it. If not, if you don't want spoilers, stay away from it. But it has announced an April premiere for it, so I am so excited for the series. I love Ranking of Kings, and this new treasure chest of courage looks phenomenal. For fans of Konosuba, namely Megumin, like myself, Kadokawa has streamed a second promo for Konosuba, An Explosion on This Wonderful World, which of course is a spin-off of the original Konosuba series that follows Megumin. In this new promo, which has tons of footage with tons of characters that look like Megumin because apparently that's where she got her old quirk was from the school, I likened it to like Where's Waldo, where you watch something and you're like trying to figure out where's Megumin because they all look like Megumin. But no, they have a release date for April for it, and I cannot wait. Moving on, the third volume for Kadokawa's Mitaina magazine has revealed that Lucky Star's spin-off manga will debut in spring of 2023. The title for this one is Konata 31. The magazine teases that this will be a spin-off of Konata that will take place 15 years after the main manga series. Yoshimizu is being credited for the original work of the series, with Haruki Hongo drawing the manga itself. So definitely, for all the fans of Lucky Star out there, just be really excited for that one. It's really interesting to see these old characters, which were really young, being grown up. I'm definitely looking forward to it. For fans of The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, apparently there's an anime adaptation coming of not the whole thing, because that would probably take way too long. No, specifically the Northern War. A new website has been launched for it. They've already released a trailer, key art, and a January 6th premiere, and it will be streaming on Crunchyroll. A little bit unfortunate to see that this is not a full adaptation. I've actually started the Trails of Cold Steel series because I've heard way too much good stuff about it, but this apparently is something later on in the series. It was like some war that happened during the whole thing, and so it should be disconnected from the main storyline, but at the same time, it's one of those, do you really want to jump right into a war that happens in a long-running series? But yeah. Moving on, the staff for the anime sequel of Rascal Does Not Dream has announced that the series will be films and be playing in theaters. So yes, Rascal Does Not Dream of a Sister Venturing Out and of a Knapsack Kid will be a theater showing. So maybe later on they'll split it up into an anime adaptation, but for now it will be playing in theaters in Japan. Moving on, some really exciting news surrounding Naoko Yamada for fans of Naoko Yamada, including myself. Yes, Naoko Yamada and Science Saro has confirmed they are working on a new film together. For those that don't know, Naoko Yamada is very well known for all of her works at Kyoto Animation, and additionally with Science Saro for the Hike story, which was just a beautiful series. But yeah, the title for this one is Kimi no Iro, which is Your Color. It'll be releasing in fall of 2023. Kinsuke Ushio will be working on the music for it, and yes, Reiko Yoshida will be penning the script, which yes, Naoko Yamada and Reiko Yoshida kind of go hand in hand. They just do a lot of stuff together. They're excellent. They've released a synopsis for it. The story centers around Totsuko, a high school girl who can see colors of the emotions of people's hearts. She attends a mission school in Nagasaki. In order to keep her friends and family from feeling dark feelings, she worries, reads situations, and even lies to smooth things over. At an antique bookshop in the corner of town, she meets a beautiful woman with an incredibly beautiful color and a music-loving boy trying to put together a band. The story follows these three sensitive people who gather together to play in a band. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. I'm not a huge fan of Science Saro, honestly, but Hike's story was phenomenal, and I really do feel like Naoko Yamada just worked really well with Science Saro, so hoping that will transition into a film, but we'll see. I'm excited. Moving on, Iserebi Inc. has revealed a promo video, key art, and cast for Kizuna no Arare. This, of course, is the anime surrounding the VTuber Kizuna Ai. I think they kind of mentioned that this was something that was going to be a long time ago, and I guess they're finally ready to reveal it. But no, the series will be premiering in 2023, so if you want to go check out the promo video for that, definitely go do so. I don't know, just... It's kind of one of those things where I'm like, does anybody really know who Kizuna Ai is anymore? I think like she's gone through so many iterations and she's been around. I mean, she was one of the very first, she was like literally the first VTuber that got really popular. So apparently they're going to make it a whole anime around a bunch of girls in a virtual world hoping to be as popular as Kizuna Ai. So it's basically VTuber, the anime. I don't know if that's something that interests you guys, definitely check that out. I have very little interest in it whatsoever. I think I've been so burnt out on VTubers for so long that I can't get excited. I did love Kizuna Ai, don't get me wrong. I thought she was great. The original Kizuna Ai. But once she got blown up, and I don't know, I think they changed voices like 5 times. I just kind of lost interest. But we'll see. We'll see how an VTuber anime turns out. Moving on, Earthstar Entertainment has announced that My Instant Death Ability is So Overpowered light novel is getting a TV anime adaptation. This one is waking in absolute chaos and carnage while on a school trip. Yoguri discovers that everyone in class has been transported to another world. He had somehow managed to sleep through the entire ordeal himself, missing out on the gift powers bestowed upon the others by a mysterious sage who appeared to transport them. Even worse, he and other classmates were ruthlessly abandoned by their friends, left as bait to distract a nearby dragon. Although not terribly bothered by the thought of dying, he reluctantly decides to protect his lone companions. After all, a lowly level 1000 monster doesn't stand a chance against his secret power to invoke instant death with a single thought. If he can stay awake long enough to bother using it, that is. Yay, another isekai overpowered main character. Can we stop? I don't know. I'm just finally starting to get tired of isekai overpowered main characters, but we'll see. I always give them a shot, and I typically enjoy a lot of them, so we'll see. Moving on, an official website was open to announce Acro Trip manga is getting a TV anime adaptation. This is set to premiere in 2024, so a little over a year away. A new visual was released, and the comedy story centers around Chizuko Date, an otaku girl who lives in a city in Niigata Prefecture. Chizuko is obsessed with Berry Blossom, the magical girl who protects the city. However, Kuroma, the leader of the local evil organization Fossa Magna, is inept and weak, so hardly anyone cares about Berry Blossom and Chroma's frequent battles anymore. Chizuko vows to shine a light on the magical girl's exploits, and this fervent desire takes this seemingly shy middle school girl down a dark path filled of strange folks. I don't know if that means that she's going to become like a bad guy in order to make it look like she's better, or if it just means that she's going to, I don't know, do interviews. We'll see. It sounds interesting, though. We'll definitely check that one out. And our last bit of news, we have the official Twitter account for the anime adaptation Frieren Beyond Journey's End has confirmed the anime will be broadcasting in 2023. I cannot wait for this series because it just looks absolutely fantastic. For those that know, it's the one where it has this elf girl that was a part of this party. And of course, being an elf, she lives longer, so she watches the passing of all of her comrades. And then she decides to join a new party in order to fulfill this one request at the end. So it sounds really fantastic. The art looks great. I cannot wait for this one. Hopefully it turns out great, but we'll see. But that's it. That's all the news for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this news bit. If you did, make sure to hit that like button down below, comment. Let me know in this whole bit which one's most interesting to you. Additionally, if you're new to the channel, you want to get all my content, I do news reviews, first impressions, top list. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Hit that subscription button. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon link, a tips link, and a super thanks button down below. I greatly appreciate everybody that considers, and y'all take care.